Oh, I don't know why that was happening. Well, well, well. Good evening, lads, lasses, and you non-binary folk. I'm frozen in fear, apparently. But, hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I certainly am. I'm having a great time. I am having a great time recently. I'm just positively giddy, as one could say. Ah, giddy to be terrified, giddy to be frightened. Giddy to... I really miss having hands. I'm so expressive with my hands, like I'm an Italian. I don't have my hands right now because I don't have a USB cord long enough. If there was only like a USB extension cord I could get, that would allow me to connect something by USB to a computer without losing any data, but now ain't no love in my man. Shoo up, shoo up, shoo. No love, my man. Shoo up, shoo up, shoo up. Shoo up, shoo up, shoo up, shoo up. Shoo up, shoo up, shoo up, shoo up. Hello, Panda Knives. Owns at 20 cents. It's 5 Hammond, and here at my grandma as well. Say hi to your grandma for me. Say hi to your grandma for me. And also, you know, make sure you play the flowers of the forest for your phone once it dies at 10%, at 3% or whatever they usually turn themselves off. You sleep. I never slept and I will say hi. Oh, thank you. You're very kind. I can imagine well, actually, when somebody starts being called a grandma or a grandpa, they often end up waking up earlier in the morning. You never know. She might be awake. Or she might just be about to get up. When I was a young man, my grandfather always used to be up before the crack of dawn, that's for sure. Granted, there was probably a reason for that. One I am not about to start talking about. He was a product of his time, I suppose. But yes, how have you been, Panda Knives? It's been a while. I don't think you've managed to catch any of these alien isolation streams. And by the way, if you heard any suspicious sounds like a pop or a fizzle, that is not something suspicious, nor is it some sort of magical potion I am brewing. It is the gin. It is the gin and soda that I am currently making as we speak. Yes, how have you been? I don't know if you've maybe caught the first one? I can't remember. They all just blend together for me. I was going to do a morning stream as I normally do. But rather unfortunately, I didn't have the time. Well, no, I had the time. I didn't have the energy. That's more to the point. The energy was not there this morning. If he sat with a friend and I whispered, "Yo, at my granny's and I can't sleep," and he yelled so loud, which was pointless because I had earbuds. Ah, those are the days, aren't they? I've been on the receiving end of many a call to a niece or a nephew. Well, mostly nephews, let's be entirely honest. It's much more of a niece or a nephew or a younger member of the younger generation family when I've called them. And they go, "Oh, I'm just talking to my uncle," or "I'm just talking to my great uncle." And of course, with the advent of phones and the advent of being able to answer those phones around friends, came the advent of people just screaming the most heinous things. The most heinous things. I've been on the receiving end of a number of interesting background noises, from things you'd hear in a boys' locker room to more things you'd hear in a boys' locker room, weirdly enough. And, you know, somebody doing their best impression of what they think a woman would sound like when they're having a good time. The classic pass the weed. I got past the crack once. Where's the needle was another one that was yelled out in the background of a phone call, if I remember correctly. All very funny. And much to the embarrassment and to the hilarity of me and to the embarrassment of my younger relative. Very good, just been sleeping all the streams. Well, good thing you've been sleeping. I always worry, you know, I know you're a panda, but sometimes you had those lines under your eyes like you were a raccoon. It's hard to tell if that was just your natural physique. or your terrible lack of sleep. Very OP. And racistly. Yes, they do that, don't they? I don't know if I'm glad to see that's still continuing, but... it's tradition, I suppose. And we just had to do it in person back in the day. We had to embarrass our friends just by lying to their relatives right to their face. We couldn't get away with using phone calls to hide our identity while shouting embarrassing things in the background of the phone call. Evening card box. They're all good people and friends though, oddly enough. Oh yes, it's all just a bit of ribbing, I suppose, and if you're okay with it, you're okay with it. Other than being slightly embarrassed by the caliber of friend they appear to make friends with, my nieces and nephews were all okay with it. Didn't break any friendships. But yes, evening card box. You joined me on this most calm evening. Rather unusual evening, considering I usually don't do streams where I have work the next morning. Especially if I'm going to be playing a game. But I just didn't have any other times to stream this weekend, unfortunately. I was having a great time. I got to feel like it was what it would be like to be a famous YouTuber yesterday, you know? Because I went on a cross hell and high water to a rural town a number of hours away from me. Quite difficult to get to, but I had to use public transport due to part of the actual tour. It was quite difficult. I was going to say, dying phone, bad, you're any judge, and she has some music. I'll stay as long as possible. Well, thank you. Let me finish it. Let me finish this story then while you're still here. But yes, so I travelled many an hour to a rural town. Probably used to be a pretty big city. It certainly has a big tourist centre. I'm not going to say which city, where, or how. But it was known for some traditional crafts. And it has a lot of very old Edo-era buildings. Very old buildings, they've all been well maintained. All UNESCO World Heritage. Well, some of them are UNESCO, some of them just national heritage sites from the Japanese government. But, beautiful little town. Had to get up at 5 in the morning. Get all those hours by train, take the first train. Took myself all the way to this little rural town to do a tour. Now, I didn't really know much what to expect from this tour, and also, hello Andy, good evening, how you doing? It's been a while. Time been treating you well? Leave your comments in the chat, and I'll get to them, and breaks of my story. Point is, I was at this town, and I just thought it'd be a little tour, considering it was only going to cost me about 2,000 yen, about $15 American, to go on this little tour. I thought, oh, it'll just be something simple. And, it turns out it was a bit less than simple. Not too much more expensive, but there was definitely a lot of freebies thrown into it. So, the only thing I spent money on was the sort of material cost of the traditional crafts that we were doing. This town has a very particular traditional crafting method that is, an intangible cultural heritage. And so, we kind of went around the town with a group of me and about 15 others. And we went around, and we spent the morning doing this traditional craft. Very fun. And we spent, for half of the morning we spent doing the traditional craft. The other half was spent sort of going around a museum as one of the craftsmen, sort of explained to us the sort of uniqueness of the craft and how they did things and what it was for and how it was. And it's very beautiful stuff. Very beautiful stuff. Extremely beautiful. And all these old buildings that have existed since the Edo period over 170 years ago, or some such. And we had a great time. It was very interesting seeing all this stuff and these still living, breathing craftsmen doing the craft. And then we got a chance to do it ourselves. And my goodness, I would have made a good medieval peasant. I'll tell you that for sure. I was going quick and efficient. Not many mistakes for me, mate. I was weaving and looming, painting and drawing. Look at my boy! And it was a great time. I really enjoyed it. And essentially I just paid for the little bit of crafting I did, and I got to take it home. I currently have a little craft piece that I made. And it was very fun. And then the lunchtime, we went to an old, very old Enkai, sort of Enkai-kan, sort of a restaurant that specializes in parties. They have them in Japan, and I've been to a few, but they're very small usually. They're not usually as big as these ones, but these sort of Enkai, they look like hotels, almost. They look like a ryokan, like a Japanese hotel, or some such. But no, they're called they're sort of Enkai, sort of parties. And they have these big tatami rooms with large... I've been to a few of them before for bonenkais, end-of-year parties. They usually host large groups, company or corporate, or... You know, in my case, I work at schools, so the school staff will often go to these for parties. And it was just very strange. We got all that for free. We didn't spend any of money on the lunch, which was quite beautiful, and accompanied and paired with by a sake from the local brewery. And even the brewer was there. The runner of the local sake brewery was there. And so we all had our sake, we said kanpai, we had a chat, we ate our food, I ate everyone else's food because half of them don't eat half the... Washoku is very contentious amongst foreigners, so there were a fair few foreigners who don't eat a lot of washoku, especially seafood. And I'll admit, my stomach can be turned by a bit of seafood. You know, I found, especially the older I've gotten, it's been more of a struggle for me to deal with certain Japanese foods especially. But, you know, you just get used to it, and I ate a lot of things. And it was great, but I didn't pay for that at all. That was the tax office paid for that. Because this whole thing was organized by the tax office, you see. Which was fascinating. So, the tax office, part of its responsibilities is sort of that sort of thing. Is sort of bringing money into... Like, the tourism office and the tax office both have a responsibility to bring money into a prefecture. So the prefectural tax office will organize things like this, it turns out. And I just happened to get an invitation, due to I just knew a guy who knew a guy. My stomach was fine afterwards, by the way. I actually did quite well today. I was quite proud of myself. Especially after, I'm not much of a fan of scallops. They were nice scallops, I'll give them that, but I've never been much of a fan of scallops. I spotted a lot of other mussels as well, but they were quite nice. So we did all that. I didn't pay for that at lunch. And then afterwards, we went to the sake brewery, where the brewer was from. And we had a heap of the local sakes. We tried a heap of them. We chatted the master brewer, the guy who owns the place. He's the 9th generation of his family to run this brewery. Or this is the 10th. 8th, 9th, or 10th, one of the third. But it's been run around for about 170 years. This sake brewery. Original buildings. Even the old brew house, where they actually used to keep the old tanks, has a heap of talismans on it, that are ancient, all these ancient talismans, and they've just been piled on top of each other, on the outside of the building, to sort of like, near the door, because they were like, you know, to pray that, you know, no fires would come, and that the sake, and of course, back in the day when they didn't know about microbiology, a lot of these talismans would be for a good batch. You know, they don't really know how it worked. They just knew if they did X, Y, Z and all these specific processes, that it would produce sake. So they had a lot of talismans, especially back when it was first made, that they used to put talismans not just for, like, you know, praying against fires and that sort of thing, for praying for a good batch. These days they still put the one on for praying for fire, but these days they use science to make sure they have a good batch. Very honourable to stay in the tradition of only brewery. Yeah, it's a fascinating thing in Japan that a lot of breweries, as the brewer master said, started in the end of the Edo period. So you'll find a lot of old breweries have started about 200 years ago. So there's a lot of 200-year-old breweries. So this brewery wasn't unique for that, it's the fact it survived. And of course, like every traditional Japanese brewery, they have their own strain of koji, the yeast, or the bacteria they use. So a lot of old traditional, especially these older ones, will have a specific mold that they have made over many, many generations. This mold is something that is as much an identity of the brewery as any sake produced by it. And in fact, it is the most valuable thing that a brewer has, is their strain of this mold, the koji mold. And that mold is what actually allows them to make sake out of rice. Because rice, of course, is carbohydrates, it's starch. Starch is a lot of sugars in a really long chain. all connected together, but most things can't use that. A lot of yeasts can't consume that starch as sugar. They just can't consume it. They're not capable of it. They're not capable of processing it from sugar, from the carbohydrate to alcohol, which is how most alcohols are made, how they are brewed. A yeast takes the sugar out of whatever thing they've been put in there and converts it into alcohol and a heap of other byproducts, which makes the flavors of alcohol. But the fascinating thing is the Koji can break down the carbs. The Koji can break down the carbs and allow the process to occur. So that's always very fascinating to me. I didn't think about that, you know? I didn't think about that. Very fascinating. But it allows for the unique flavors of the yin. They had some interesting thing. This particular brewery, and it may actually... you guys gonna drink that with sake, but if you ever do get to it, these fellas are very interesting, because to me, I could not... It was a very strange and specific flavor. Very fruity and sweet, most of their sake seemed to be. To me, they almost tasted like apples. One of them commented, the Jamaican I was with, commented that it tasted a bit like sugarcane. One of the sakes tasted a bit like sugarcane. A sugarcane liqueur, or sugarcane spirit, which is essentially the precursor to rum. Sugarcane is what rum is made of. So it sort of like tasted like a precursor to a rum with its sort of fruitiness. I tasted apples. We tried 3 different ones. It was great. Point is, that was also free. Sake is sweeter than most alcohols, is it not? It can be quite dry, like wine. So, like wine, sake has infinite variety. Granted, a lot of those varieties are up to the person who drinks it and what you're drinking and eating it with, or if you've drunk sake before you drink this sake, or sake after you drink this sake. It's extremely subjective, I find. So it was a good discussion. We were talking with the brewer, we were talking with ourselves, and we're all discussing what we thought of the flavors of the drink. But I've had sakes that are very dry. I've had sakes that are very sweet. I've had sakes that taste entirely of rice. Like they've just sweetened rice has been put into this alcohol. Some taste extremely savory, almost umami in its way of taste. Almost like it's somehow been grilled. Like it's sort of a cooked flavor. Sort of almost... It's savory and that sort of almost tastes like meat. It's like meat would go really well with it. I've had some very savory sakes. I've had some very sweet. I've had some very dry. I've had fruity and dry. I've had fruity and sweet. The one I had, one of the ones was so just, it tasted like apple juice to me. That's the thing. One of the sakes that they sold, that we tried, of the 3 sakes we tried, tasted just like apples to me. It was fascinating. Though they did talk about how they were planning to try and expand overseas, this brewery, and in fact, they had started getting a much larger market overseas. I'll try sake, any sake. So, yeah, this was very fascinating. It was both I think a test, but like, to get the opinion, we were almost like a test group for this brewery, to sort of get like the opinion of a sort of group of foreigners, of a diverse group of foreigners. As sort of like they can test and see, because afterwards he sat and asked us all about things like pairing alcohol. Do you have a big habit of pairing alcohol? I said, well, most of them were essentially like, the nicer the place is, the more, if you're at a restaurant, the nicer the place is, the more likely you're going to pair with your thing. But if you're at home, often people don't think about pairings. So as long as it tastes good, by its own merits, people will be willing to drink it. So there was a lot of discussion about that. I felt like we were in a business discussion for a while. But the point is, all of that was free. The brewery tour, the lunch, the experience, that was all essentially free. And that's why I said it was like I'd suddenly become a YouTuber or something. Because I happened to get invited to this sort of thing because of a friend, I became almost sort of like a free publicity for them. And I wish I could tell you, but I can't because it would literally dox me. It would almost certainly tell you where I am in Japan. So I will try and spread the good word to everyone I can, though. Because it was a fun time, and the Master Brewer was a great chat. Granted, that may just be because I can actually talk. so I can sort of talk in Japanese. I asked him a few questions about what he preferred in alcohol too. Like within the sakes, what are your preferences? Do you like your Junma? Do you like highly polished? Do you like more fruity or ricey? And then I also asked him about spirits. Within spirits, within alcohol itself, what is your preference? Yeah, a lot of interesting answers, and it was a good chat speaking to all the foreigners too. We just sort of had an experience. We went around town, we walked around this beautiful old little town. It was very nice. So I'm great, but the point is, it took me hours to get back home, and I was exhausted. So I didn't really feel like doing a stream this morning. And then I got up, and I did get up early enough to do the stream, but I started to sleep in again. And then I got up and just did work. I cleaned my house, did the washing, did all that fun stuff, and I also wandered down, got a haircut. That was good. Finally got a haircut after a while. Got new shoes. I had to buy some new shoes recently. That was a bit of a pain. It was great though. Always found it funny that pairing with a bartender's job too, and it feels like mixing potions. Well, not necessarily a bartender's job to pair. They do mixing. They do cocktails. What he was talking about with pairing is food and well, not to. I suddenly felt like I need to give you the answer. I should be doing what I do with my students. So, sorry, I'm like, oh yeah, it's very close. Pairing, it's very close. But you're thinking about mixing. Very nice though. Very good answer. Sorry, I just suddenly felt like I always get that thing when I'm telling somebody they're wrong. I always have this urge to be really soft at telling them like, oh, what a great answer. Good job. High five. But unfortunately, incorrect. Very close though. Being very soft with my telling you you're wrong. Yes, no, it's a mixing and cocktails is a bartender's job. Though I imagine there are bartenders who also help with that sort of thing. If a restaurant that had a bar and you were getting something from the bar, yes, you might end up with that. And also, the bartenders also have the idea of, there are bartenders that do have the idea of, like, appropriate, matching the flavour of the drinks. When I go to my favourite bar in Brisbane, in Australia, they always have a great time. You can sit there and chat to them and ask for recommendations. You're not eating food, though. It's more about, matching your palate, the kind of things you like, which is always good. The pairings is usually a restaurants. They already have pairings set up. Restaurants will already have pairings set up, or the waiters will be knowledgeable enough that they can sort of manipulate sort of understand what to go with what meal if someone asks. If they go, oh, what's the recommended pairing for this? Oh, I'd go for a nice red, or what's the recommended pairing for this? Oh, I'd go for a nice white, because, it's not always so simple, especially with wines, and I suppose with sake, too. There are some sakes I would never put with fish. They're just they're not good. But there are some sakes that are perfect for fish. Some sakes are good on their own and shouldn't be had with a meal, but some aren't. It's all fascinating stuff. As is length of breadth of wine, it's the same for sake. It's unreal how many people have much stuff. God, these weird bot accounts. The fastest likes I've gotten on any of my tweets have always been from these goddamn weird bot accounts. Weird bot accounts. You totally tell because it's just a lady with 0 followers or 0 following and says best. It's like person called like Stephanie 1965 994 14 49925 3.156525 and all that. My god, go away. Go away, you silly bots. The only time I ever wanted to drink a dime was with my brother and his ex. Got a lemon drop while he got a bit out and jug of beer. You got a proper what do you call them all of a sudden? I've suddenly forgotten. A stein. Got himself a big stein of beer. There you go. Anyway, I should probably get to it because we don't have much time to stream today. I mean, yeah, I'm a bot. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Probably nothing. Because what does they say? Like magic. If you were indistinguishable from a human being, who's to say you're not? Like a good piece of science. If you're indistinguishable from magic, you seem good enough to me. Anyway, if you're that advanced today, I think you have a future in screaming. If Neurosummer is anything to go by, I've been watching far too many Neurosummer clips these recent days. Since he started his whole, started and finished his whole, subathon. God. It is addictively fun to watch those weird clips of a robot, and honestly, all of the humans around the robot. They're much funner. They're much more amusing. The robot is very funny, but the humans are just as funny. But yes. Anyway, I should leave that there, shouldn't I? For the first time in a while, I also posted on r/Vtubers. They changed their whole weirdness recently. Bizarre. Anyway, I should stop distracting myself and get into this game. Which means I need to put my hat on. There you go. My hat. Because of course, in the game, we just got a flamethrower. So I thought it would be rather appropriate if I wore the salamander's hat. Because, you know, we've got a flamethrower now, and that's their whole thing. My grandma Fortnite, she's like, wow, you're pretty good. As I just go this guy with the hunting rifle. Play second too. Ooh, wow, you got to show off. Lucky you. Lucky you. Showing off, aren't you? Why are you a tiny screen? Why is it suddenly windowsed? On my end, it's just a windowed game for some reason. Why is it windowed? Why are you windowed, video game? Oh, now it's not windowed. Very bizarre. Alright, please have enough charge. Oh, bastard, I forgot to talk about the drink today. Sorry. So, let me just pull out today's drink image before we get started. Today's drink is a wonderful bottle of gin. I bought this while I was in Australia over the winter. While I was visiting Australia over the winter. This is from Kangaroo Island, which is an island just off the coast of South Australia, I believe, quite near Adelaide, the capital city of South Australia. And it's little tiny gin distillery, making wild gin, contemporary gin, wild contemporary gin. Local native juniper. Now, I didn't actually know this, but Australia apparently has its own juniper species. Therefore, we can make gin using all Australian ingredients. There's no need for anything else. You can make a gin entirely out of Australian ingredients with native gin, native junipers, native finger limes. By the way, the native gin is called Boobialla, which I thought you would appreciate. Boobialla. Literally Boobialla. Boobialla. I thought that, yeah, I thought that would amuse you, Panta Knives. Does it taste good? It does taste quite nice. It is quite a light, zesty gin. With sort of a more citrus herb flavour. Yes. Except replace the E in what you just said with an A. And then you've got it. And they sort of describe it as lime and eau de cologne mint. So sort of a French mint. It's quite nice. Quite light. Zesty. Herbaceous. But not really overstaying its welcome. Go away, Trek. Let me talk about my gin. You got it there, Pound Knives. That's how you spell it. Yes, so that is a native gin. Distilled and bottled by Kangaroo Island Distillery. South Australia. Enjoy responsibly, store below 30 degrees, and pregnancy warning, alcohol can cause lifelong harm to your baby. 2 chunks of I knew you'd appreciate that. You'd appreciate it. Glad I turned the bottle around and reminded myself of that little fun fact. Appreciate that. I don't know if that actually... Oh, you can... That actually is being... I'm surprised chat allows that. The automatic filter does not take that out. That is fascinating. There you go. What a weird thing not to be picked up by the bot. That is quite nice. Light, zesty. Probably great on a summer's day. Probably great on a summer's day. I'm drinking it with some Asahi Wilkinson soda. Tan San soda. I was going to go for a camera because of graphic content of shooting. Well, aren't we all? Nope. Continue. My goodness, why stop? Yes, that's right. So, at the end of the last stream, we saw the rather suspicious eggs being found, and also being interacted with by a crew of people who probably are going to die a terrible, terrible death. Except for one of them, because he's currently in one of these jail cells. There he is. Got a very heavy brow, that fellow. But we did get a flamethrower. And he said, "It's an animal, ain't it? Animals are scared of fire. So I'm going to burn the filthy Xenos and purge the heretic with the power of the holy fire." That's right. It's me, the salamander. Into the fires of battle, onto the anvil of war. Hoorah! The other's still alive, so I can't hear the gameplay. I'm dying. Oh yeah, sorry. That was my fault. I got distracted by the gin that I didn't unmute the gameplay. Let me get rid of the... And I'll just get rid of the image. I'm not going to bother with keeping it up there. One of these things is a lie, kind of. You're actively dying? Are you a heretic, my good sir? Oh, it is. Oh, yes. Let's see how the lass is doing, if we can. Hey, lass. You living? You living or dying? You better get busy with either, I suppose. And it's sad because everyone's technically dying. Just slowly. Oh, yes, I suppose we all are. Inexorably drawn toward the end.
We should talk about what happened in San Cristobal. Now, it was a nasty business, and I understand...
I do love the spacesuits. They look lovely.
...and quickly as possible. But I wanted to make sure you didn't do anything rash. I'm talking about catching the specimen without killing it. If we play it smart, it could be set up for life. I have the connection. I can set it up.
Oh!
You're getting old, Waits. You can't do this forever. And what are you
Oh my god, there's always some idiot who thinks they can catch the evil, murderous space alien and sell it for parts. Damn, I want that level 3 plasma shear. Or, some sort of parasite. No racious name unaccessible. Came aboard recently. No idea what synchronized as my doing. Should have picked up during quarantine.
Wait, it's Dr. Lingard. I've just examined a patient with, well, I've never seen anything like it.
Never seen anything like it. That's always a good start.
I did a quick check on the name they gave
I always love being able to be in a location where no one's able to see anything they like it.
but recently.
I should probably go fight this damn alien.
I have no idea what Sinclair and his men were doing, but this should have been picked up during quarantine. Who knows what else they've let through? The patient and her captain are waiting for me in the examination room.
Can I create more flamethrower ammo? That is at $14. Ah, damn, a $14 battery. Living the bougie life, are we? You know, I miss phones having replaceable batteries, don't you? Wouldn't that be wonderful to still have? Just the ability to replace a battery. Imagine the freedom. The freedom we could have had if it was like the old Nokias and flip phones where you could just pop the battery out. And I know it's really just iPhones that you can't do that. I know a lot of Windows phones still allow you to replace the battery, but still. Internet. Xbox still has that, and I don't know why. Well, recently I got a new wireless mouse and wireless keyboard that I'm currently using because I wanted to be able to move around my room and also put my stream setup away from the computer so I could sit under the nice, beautiful, warm Kotatsu. But these ones are the cheap ones because they run on batteries. There's a series of really cheap wireless keyboards and stuff and mouses that work really well. Very good connectivity and quite fast and responsive, but they run on batteries. Arrest sheets. Alright. I do appreciate it. Frankly, I love, as much as I love, the PlayStation 5 is the superior controller. But I do like the fact that I could replace the battery on replace the battery on a old Xbox controller. Alright, let's go. Do I talk to him again? What do I do? Where am I going? What am I doing? Can you take me with you? Whoa. Oh, has a plan to track the crowd and isolate it? Oh, so I'm just fighting it now. We're having a fight with this creature, are we? We're planning to fight this alien. Wow. Ballsy. Okay, that's the outdoor. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I hate leaving relative safety.
Ripley, you on your way?
Perhaps.
Ricardo's moving in ahead of you. I've sent your guy Samuels to android processing. Once this thing's dead, I'm gonna get him to access Apollo and lift the lockdown.
How are you now?
Samuel's okay doing that?
Guy said he wanted to help and I have my hands full here. Besides, he's a synthetic. Should be easier for him to get in there.
I always knew he was.
Yes.
Look, Ripley, we're the only people standing between survivors.
Bias the Xbox and the Wiimote because they've all I've known. That we can cram it somewhere.
Great. All we can do now is kill that fucker.
Disaster's already happened, my dear totalitarian friend. Alright, relative safety. Which one are we taking? The Lorenz Systech Spire. Let's go. Oh, I do miss the old... What I think was hilarious was the old Nintendo 64 remote. That was spectacular. What a feat of engineering and what a feat of adaptability did everyone's hands go with that damn thing. How did anyone use that trident of terrible pain? I will never understand. I will never understand how people use that trident of agony. Though I did too, so what's that saying about me? That I grew a third arm. The fork controller can go hard. It certainly does. In the case of my nieces and nephews, usually it went hard into one of their other siblings' heads when they got annoyed at each other at Mario Party, or more inevitably, playing multiplayer deathmatch on 007 GoldenEye. That always ended terribly. One of them would always absolutely chuck it. I wonder how many times we're going to lose hide and seek today.
I'm in the Systex Spire.
Ripley, heads up. I'm reading lots of malfunctioning systems in your area.
Oh no. That's not ideal. Yes, please. Can't wait to find out when the alien turns up. Boop. Oh, right. Nice. Is it already here? The hell was that? Well, that was not ideal. I think that gave me more of a jump scare than the alien ever has. My goodness. Oh my goodness, okay. You just said... You're a bastard. You're a bastard! Stop throwing me into a... Okay. You're a bastard! My God. Ow! Spicy. Really? Let me in! 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 You can't get me in here, you bastard. I think they gave me, genuinely gave me more of a fright than anything else we've done before. Craft myself a health item. I saw 6 of them hitting it right at the top of the expansion pack as I was speedrunning Mario 64 and I kept misinputting, so I rage slammed the top of the poor console. Oh, I haven't owned one in many, many years. I have not owned one in many, many years. Oh, no, it's glitching out. What did the explosion do to my poor motion sensor? Did he just die? I guess being on fire does kill a robot. Good to know. Fire is incredibly bad for a robot. Excuse me. Got any buttons I can press? Got any of them buttons? What made you want to play Oceanization, by the way? Would you believe it's that I, What the hell is the fire suppression system? You think that would be easy to find? Would you believe it's because I realized I had it for free on, Epic Games? That meant I could... Oh, there's the button. Wow, a very effective fire suppression system.
Wait, what's wrong with this station?
It's always been falling apart.
But yes, that's what made me want to play this. I went, what game do I have to play? And I said, ooh, that's one for free. And everyone says it's very good. So, here I am playing it. It is quite spooky. I'm just not very spooked. I do. Funnily enough, there are way too many games I got for free. I know, right? Too many. As you could tell, though, I did die a lot to the alien. Of course, the hide and seek losses only go up if I lose to the alien in hide and seek. Not if I lose to anything else. If I get shot dead by a human, that doesn't count. I'm only in a game with the alien. And I will win. Ah, for God's sake, a human. I should get him to shoot. That always ends well for me.
We've got to sleep soon. I can't hack much more of this.
This all could end so quickly if I were to get them to shoot at me. Never mind. Didn't even need to do that.
Christ.
Convenient. Christ on a bicycle, yes. Hey, mate. I guess that's a plus to the old murder thing. And of course, Alien Isolation is a strictly save-based system, so I have to go back and get blown up again. You gonna play any of the new releases? Sniper Elite Resistance, Download, Atomfall, AC Shadows, Doom, also RIP, yes. I know, RIP to me. And bang! I do love the time. Really, a time to be alive. RIP indeed. Amanda Ripley, you could say. Let me in, let me in, let me in. Go away. Now I'm gonna wait until that guy dies. But yes. I don't know if I'll play AC Shadows or any of those other games you named, but when the new Monster Hunter game comes out on the 26th of next month, I'm definitely playing that. I'm definitely playing that. How are you still alive? Why did you die last time? Oh, screw you. Where are you? Ha! 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 Alright, good job, mate. I'm sure that's not attracted the attention of the violent and murderous alien. Ideally, though, this is all on fire, so the alien shouldn't like this area very much. Ideally. Yes, I'm definitely going to be playing Wilds when that comes out. That'll be fun. Other than that, I don't really know. Though... something that I do want to do, actually.
Wait, what's wrong with this station?
Something I do want to do.
Falling apart, but because of the decommission, a lot of the systems have been shut down. Add to the fact that everyone's too busy trying to stay alive to maintain anything, and you end up with goddamn chaos.
But yes, no, but I just realized, because thinking of new things, rather fascinatingly, I got an update for the sort of Scream Elements thing I occasionally use. Yes, I know I know Assassin's Creed is the samurai one. Yes, I do know that. And I might give it a go at some point. But I like games where I can edit my character a lot of the time. I know I can't edit a lot of the games I play, but I do like that sort of thing if I can. Edit. If that's possible. Damn alien up in the bloody rafters. But yes, what was I saying? Yes, speaking of new things, I used streamed elements for a while. I still have it installed, but actually, this most recent update of Stream Elements, which I'd been putting off for a while, added something very interesting, would you believe? It added... It added, actually... multi-streaming. Native multi-streaming. To different platforms. So that's actually something... I've been putting it off for ages, setting up a Twitch account. Like, I've got one, but I haven't really set it up.
I know we're hungry, but man, this feels so wrong.
But it's like... It's come to the thing I already use, so now it's even more like the universe is telling me to do multi-screaming or some such. It's even more telling me to do multi-screaming. Guys are blind as a bat.
Back there just explode?
That's the least of your problems. The creature's nearby.
You heard the lady. Let's go. We'll make it through this, I promise.
Oh wait, they're our friends? Oh, we're friends with those people. They're our buddies, our pals. Our buddy old pals. But yes, point is, this whole thing has a native... Wait. They just get to go away? Where do I get... They just left without me. This our native buddy old pals.
Listen to me very carefully. I want you to leave work now. Collect Claire, pick up the cat, and head home. We need to find someplace safe till Seegson send a ship. I saw the guy from down the hall. I can't remember his name. The one in the dirty baseball cap, weird smell. He had something in his coat. I think it was a gun. He just looked right through me. Don't talk to anyone. Don't tell them where you're going. I'll meet you as soon as I can.
Point is, yeah, so, let me just pause there for a moment so I can actually talk about this. But yes, so it has added native multi-streamer to the stream elements that I already had installed. Even that has it right now. I'm looking at it. It's got this like little multi-streaming tab thing, and essentially, it's in beta, granted. It could change. But it seems they're trying to add this sort of multi-stream function, and I could have set it up before, and I could have paid money and used something like Rest Stream, but I didn't really want to pay money. And they asked for a lot of money, to be honest. So I didn't do that. But with this sort of thing, I don't even have to do anything. It's already coming with the thing, so I might just give it a go because it's already there. So that's something I want to try and set up before I get to that time in February. Maybe the stream before I start streaming Monster Hunter Wilds. I'll try and see if I can't set it up and maybe stress test it with a few high-end games. See if I can actually stream, because essentially it does still double the stream output. Because it's just essentially sending it to two sources at once. Setup structure actually change with subs and ads, and you can tell people to come to YouTube for ad-free viewing. That's actually against TOS, by the way. I could do that, but it is against TOS. And it could be used to change like guest events for viewers. Yes, that's the thing. And I'd need to set it up on Twitch, so I have all that stuff. Luckily enough, on the Discord, we already have a lot of little faces of me. And we could just get a few more set up, and I probably could just use a lot of the stuff that I use for thumbnails to create little emotes that we could all use in chat. The drink to that emote would be pretty good for chat in Twitch. Instead of those sort of widgets and the like. I really need to nail down a sort of aesthetic I want to go for like... I'm shocked that's against TOS. Yes, it is. To recommend that viewers change platforms for a better experience is against TOS. And in fact, technically, if you're multi-streaming on Twitch, you should be giving both streams the exact same experience. Twitch should always have equal, if not better, chat sort of stuff than any other stream that you're multi-streaming with. And I believe if you get to, like, partner or whatever the higher level of, like, getting paid by Twitch is, I don't think you can multi-stream then either. You can't multi-stream at all unless you're a partner. If you're, like, up in, like, the partner sort of thing, yeah? Or maybe not. Maybe they changed that. That was the original rules, at least. Point is, that's something I've been considering doing, and now it's suddenly fallen into my lap. So suddenly it's fallen into my lap, and yeah, it's true. It's true, the ads are a bit of a pain in the arse. But it is interesting to say that it's fallen into my lap, and I'll try and see if I can't get it up and running. I don't know how good my internet is, so we have no idea if we'll be able to support a stream twice as powerful as mine and play a game. That'll be the real... And I don't really want to buy Monster Hunter Wilds for my PlayStation 5, but that may be what we have to do if we want to play it reliably. To play it on the PlayStation 5, because I don't really want to buy 2 copies, to be entirely honest, because I'm going to buy a copy for the computer, because I have a nephew who really loves these games, and I'll play it with him as well. It might be a neat project. It's a project I've been putting off, to be entirely honest. It's a project that I have just not bothered with. It's one of those, I don't want to try too hard at streaming, because I don't really want to have to set up another stream on Twitch. And it's for the best, to be honest. I should do it. Because, you know, Twitch always has the chance, like, YouTube has discoverability, and that has helped me a long way. We have had some good discoverability on YouTube. But on Twitch, you don't have any discoverability. However, you do have you have a lot of chat stuff. You also have a lot of stuff that could be random. Because I'm a VTuber, I do think I have a rather interesting model. You never know. Somebody could raid my channel. I know raiding's a thing on Twitch, and that could be handy. Anyway, that's something that was on my mind recently. Kind of what I want to do. Something I've got to sit down and do, and... Really, it's just about aesthetics. I want to make sure the channel looks nice. Because on Twitch, you can add, like, little pictures and stuff to your, like, little About You page. And I would like to do that. And I also have to set up rules. I should probably set up some rules. Where am I going? What am I doing? Can I take me with you? Whoa. It's up to you when you get to that point. Yes, well, what can we do? What can we do, unfortunately? Can you even sub to a person that early? God, how do I need to go upstairs? I've already been here, haven't I? So, the creature in the server farm. How do I get to the server farm? Is it up or down? That's the confusing part. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not expecting too much out of the Twitch thing, but I want to get it started, so at least, you know, Monster Hunter's going to be pretty popular, and I imagine it'll be a pretty saturated category, but you never know. You never know. I do want to play it, and if I can play it... Yes, I've also heard that about Twitch as well, where you need to have a certain thing. That's the whole partner thing, I think. Whole Twitch partners thing. Hmm. Why'd the mission just update? I can't get into these things because I don't have the plasma torch. I'm starting to realize the plasma torch. Anyway, remember, I'm not even high enough. Granted, the thing is much higher. The bar is much higher on YouTube than it is on Twitch, I believe. That of course discovering is easier on YouTube, but it hasn't really helped me in my discoverability. I have a terrible chance with discoverability. Where am I going? What am I doing? Why'd those two guys just leave me? Hey, have a good night of warning. It always up, by the way. My phone is 5% and freaking out. Well, would you believe? I am, in fact, here on the evening. It's one of a few rare evening streams. Rare evening. 'Twas good to pop in and talk. It was good to have you here. You enjoy yourself. I'm only going to be streaming for another hour and a half or so. I can't imagine I'll be streaming for much longer. It is a night time and I do have work tomorrow, so. So it is in that area. Goddamn hell do I do anything? They all just walked off into a side room and were perfectly fine. Now I'm left all alone. I don't know where I'm going or what do I do. Where am I going? What am I doing? Can you take me with you? Whoa. Get to the server hub. Yeah, I'm just going to pour myself another drink. Been here for an hour? Hell man, my phone is goated. I always find that it slows the hell down when its battery is dying. My battery goes so quick from 90% to 20%, and then from 20% to, like, turning off. It's like nothing. Absolutely nothing. It takes ages. It's like an Assassin's Creed game where they've heavily weighted the last part of the health bar to much higher than it normally would be weighted. So you feel like you always escape by the skin of your teeth. Alright. So these two idiots blasted off. I'm stuck here. I have to go to a different floor. Is it the bottom floor? I think that I accessed that through somewhere over here. Alright, I'll be charging. You have a good one. I will. I will. Say hi to your grandma for me.
Wait, the creature. How are we gonna seal it?
Oh, stupid.
The spire was built to process
Access high values increasing.
dredged up from the gas giant. Piracy precautions are still in place. The tower can be shut off, vents, doors, everything. So you build a cage around the creature, then Ricardo locks it down.
Good to know. Why couldn't you have turned that on earlier? Polo mainframe systems, coolant storage. Daini. Not that one. That's Cho. Good times with all the Japanese here. That's always fun. Sava. Etsuki. Kankesha. Igai. Hachiri Kinchi. Those unrelated are prohibited. Staff only. It's not the same. They're saying staff only, they're saying anyone else, unrelated persons, are not allowed. Unrelated persons are not allowed. Ooh, look at it, it's the pole. I'm like one of those insects that go towards those blue lights and get zapped. Where do those things go? Do people still use those damn things? I haven't seen one of those in ages. The old big blue lights. Big spooky blue lights. The power of God and death on their side. He's a noisy one, ain't he? He does like making a hell of a lot of bloody noise. Oh, yeah. Does reception have a save point? Did a hot pocket just fall out of that machine? My goodness. And they were all struggling for food. The vending machine right there had all this food in it. Probably because of the giant alien, actually, but, you know, beside the point. I cannot wait to find another person that'll be behind one of these screens who gets eaten by a monster. Just as this dude with the crap heap, got a message from Ellison Seekers and accounts. Can we fix the hand dryer in the restroom? Hell, we can. Not receiving messages. Off-order station should be arriving now. Usually gets several a week, but there's nothing. Can somebody check my comms unit? I'm afraid I can't afford to lose the business. Error. Out of progress. Outpost of progress? Question mark. Bandits of Astapol. Yes, 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 yes. Corporate Pride was only keen in keeping this trouble station in orbit about KG-348. Living aboard the station today is abundantly clear that Seegson has cried wildly with both its own investments and that of banking corps such as Geo Fund Investor. The ill-judged rush into space colonization, its hubris and overexpansion have cost our second-tier corporations dearly. Weyland Yutani, with extensive financial and technology firepower, can weather these storms, while its lesser rivals fall away. Even the company, however, must hear the alarm bells ringing as it looks forward to those fading outposts. Weyland Yutani's ongoing investment in terraforming research looks increasingly shrewd as it watches each of these distant slides brink out. Fascinating.
Ricardo's finalizing the lockdown. You need to close the security doors all around the stairwell. Then the supply storage, maintenance access, and server for hub reception. Report in as you go.
Oh wow. One of those fellas. Alrighty then. Good to know they're here. Where are you going, Robot Man? Where are you going, Robot Man? Why are you always hiding behind a door, Robot Man? Always a pain in the ass. Ooh, guitar. That seems like a great way to get murdered. Playing the guitar. Oh, a heap of people hid behind here for a while, it seems. Not the greatest sleeping bag, being dead. But, you know, it's a rest, I suppose. The alien is very close by. Not appreciating the tension music, game. Spooky, spooky. Gotta be careful of those damn vents. I remember that one time I was playing this goddamn game. I got eaten by the alien about 800 times walking past the same goddamn vent. Truly, I've never learnt my lesson. Apparently, there is a screenshot button in this game. I've really got to take a screenshot one of these days. Like having to load up the game and take a screenshot in the game. Or grab one offline. Where does this take me? Seal off the stairwell. So it says. Wait, aren't I going to be sealed in with the alien for this? Crabbed and dirty, take a static to crash rod now. That woman Winters was right. Alright, so there was some sort of survivors camp in this section of the facility. What's this about? Initiate lockdown.
Maintenance access shut off.
Affirmative.
Oh, I probably should have done that first, but no. Sure, the alien's going to appreciate that. Alright. Just sneak by the fella. Seal off the stairwell. Oopsie daisies. What I really want is a save point. I fear I'm not going to be getting one of those very much, am I? Alien, don't murder me while I'm on the computer. It's unfair. Get my flamethrower out. Ah, goddammit. I didn't do a damn thing. I guess I lost another game of hide and seek. Dang.
Ricardo's finalizing the lockdown. You need to close the security doors all around the stairwell. Then the supply storage, maintenance access, and server hub reception. Report in as you go.
Understood. Stairwell. Seal off this stairwell. Say. Love the guitar. Really fabulous. Alright. First things first, though. I need to run and fulfill some responsibilities upon the porcelain throne. Which button was that again? Was it this one? Alright, I am back and in action. Let us keep on keeping on. Alright. I have a feeling my voice is different. Oh, that's right, I'm wearing my headphones. There you go. There's the weird muffled sound I expect to hear out of my own voice. Leave me alone, robot. You're a bastard. Wow, I did not expect him to come up all the way up here. Did he always come up all the way up here? My god. The alien suddenly appeared. Alien. Leave me alone, alien. Now, let's go through the door this time before I lock it off permanently. Oh. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Oh, nice. Nice job, me. Cooler than a bag of ice. Shooting civilians and explorers. When I find the killers, I hope the hell you found you first. I have a severe situation, United Front, total operation. I'm willing to drop my investigation of your involvement in the unregistered black market, trading and unrecoverable claims, suspect power marshal office where you had the thugs operate from. Let's do this right. Okay. Cells. Weird. Siegson. Security, eh? Oh, this takes me back to the lobby. Very nice. A shame I'm going to immediately close the door. Though let's be real, this is not going to work on the alien. This is all going to be for naught. The alien is 100% going to... Ooh, wow. The alien is 100% going to melt its way out of the wall or something like that. There is no way this is going to work as they all expect it to. It's noisy, isn't she? The old xenomorph. Noisy old bastard. Oh well. First button. Let's go. Boop.
Maintenance access shut off.
Affirmative.
Why has that sound happened? Was it really necessary to have that sound? Quick question. How the hell does that flamethrower actually work? Quickly, man, give me a moment. Does it actually... how does that flamethrower work? Does it actually scare off the alien? Because it didn't work the first time. What was the damn point of the flamethrower at all? Alright, understood. Just checking how the flamethrower actually bloody well worked. Alright, let's keep it going. Oh, sorry, the scary music is back. Let's look spooked, shall we? Oh. Spooky. Doop 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 doo. Yes, I'm aware what I'm supposed to be doing. Just not entirely sure where all those places are. I never did make a Molotov, did I? This is where the alien was last time. Whoop. One of these days I'm going to go into this damn vent. And there is going to be an alien. It will be mildly amusing for me to get eaten by it. Oh, okay. Not gonna open. There. Let's go. And back into the vent. I will laugh if it comes down because it's getting forced down into the same vent as me. That would be very funny. Come on, do it, game. You know, you're a coward. You're too cowardly to do it, game. Come on. Come on, game. Don't be a coward, game. I wonder why flame scares it and not like a revolver. He's out and about. You're a bastard. No one damn well likes you, mate. Whew, they're expensive. Woo! Ooh wee! Keeps the old heart pumping, doesn't it? Yeah! Off you go, mate. That's right. You thought you could get me? Yup. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, I deserve that one. I deserve that one. That was, yeah, that's fair. I was so arrogant. I was so like, I'm so much better than you, alien. That is hilarious. Very funny. Very, very funny. Hilarious. That is hilarious. Spooky. I'll give it that. I knew it was gonna come in the vent. I knew it. I could smell it. I could smell its bullshit from a mile away. I could smell its bullshit from a mile away. Again, it seems to do the same thing. It never seems to come out at this point. It always comes out after this point. At that top floor. We're gonna be cheeky. And do what we did last time. See if we can't, avoid it. Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba. Dabba-dabba-dabba-ba-da-ba. Nice amount of flamethrower fuel. Now, I can't overly rely on the flamethrower, of course. As we all know that on the ends. When it comes to adaptable, murderous alien creatures. It will adapt and murder us. But if we're going to try and scare it off with the old flamethrower, it seems it's better if we do it while it's in the open rather than when it's inside a vent with us. Because clearly it sort of reset the old fellow when he stepped out of the vent and then he just murdered us. Because it was like, it did the whole check if in vent nearby alien he knows you're there. And it said, yes, you are nearby, he does know you're there. And he was clearly very confused after getting the flamethrower to his face. So, lesson learnt. Don't try and flamethrower the bastard. If he's not. I'm glad he's seeing the little details. Not come down for the goddamn vent right there. Swear to God. Alright. While we're doing this action, hopefully he won't turn up.
Supply storage locked down.
He's not too happy about that. Let's just keep it moving, shall we? Oh, you bastard. Where the hell do I get a keycard from? Log down server hub reception corridor. Where the hell is server hub reception corridor? Don't tell me. There's one all the way at the start, is there? That I forgot to get. You're a bastard! Why are you a salamander? Well, look, Uber Ninja Turtle. Why do you think I'm a salamander? Yeah. Because I am here to purge the filthy Xenos. Must understand that. Ah, I see, yeah, I just unlocked that, too. Oh, you're a bastard! I thought he jumped out of the vents, but clearly he did not come to me. Yes. How are you, by the way? Uber Ninja Turtle? How have you been? I have been murdered 22 times by a large, violent alien. Hide, you bastard. Yes. Oh. I have no idea what that guy just said. You want me to access this thing? That was very close. I'm quite good, thank you. How have you been, old chap? I've been very well. I have been very well. I have been very well. I activated the override command, didn't I? How are you so calm? Activate the goddamn override command. Yes, I've been very well. I went to a brewery tour yesterday. I did some traditional Japanese crafts. Seven, 8. I'm trying to do delicate computer stuff, you large bastard. Yes, I went on a brewery tour. It was very nice. And I did some traditional Japanese crafts yesterday. And I've been doing a lot of traveling and stuff like that. I did a really nice hike. And on that hike, I was actually able to see Mount Fuji in the far distance, even though it was about 700 kilometers away. It's very nice. Why is it not letting me do it? It's not letting me do the program, sir. Activate command and Ricardo's override command. I did. Give me a moment. Maybe something's wrong. Oh yes, can't be on Japanese soil without seeing the famed mountain. Yeah, I honestly, every time people have said that, oh, if you come to this place, you can see Mount Fuji in the distance. But quite fortunately, this time I actually could. It was a hike that was a fair distance where I actually live, but I went with the hiking group for our New Year's hike. It was a beautiful, clear winter's day, and that's the good thing about winter, is it's spectacularly clear most of the time in winter in Japan. Dry as a bone and clear as all. It's always blue skies. It's the only good thing about winter. Still get seasonal depression if you don't. And of course, I'm in an area it doesn't snow as much, so we're able to see Mount Fuji off in the distance on the horizon, shining, covered in snow. Absolutely beautiful. You can see a lot of other snow-capped mountains from there too. It was a really nice mountain. Beautiful little hike. Really enjoyed it. Just give me a moment. Something doesn't seem to be right. Excuse me, it's called the Odd Car. Okay, let's try this again. Making me jelly when I go on a nice hike. Oh well. You're in Australia, right? There are a few nice hikes around there. I remember I was in Melbourne this one time.
Hughes, it's Ransom. I just got your query. Yes, I have been in our transmission relay archive, and I've done some decrypting. I'm looking for crew logs that pass through Savannah.
I've done some nice hike. I did a nice hike around there, and you've also got the ski fields near you in winter.
I need to know a routine company transmission packet sent from the edge of Thetis before a ship started its trip. Nothing that's gonna break anything. Still, no one else needs to know about it, right? If you talk, well, there'll be consequences. I mean, there's plenty Marie doesn't know, right? Leave them decoding and let me know when they're done. We can keep this civil.
Why is it not letting me do it? Come on. Why is that not working? It's not working. Why is this not working? Oh, okay.
Reception's closed off.
Okay. Works now. Works now. But yes. No, it's very nice. There's a fair few nice hikes around Melbourne, I think. Don't murder me. Wow, he's blind as a goddamn bat. He is as blind as a bat. What's this about, anyway? What does this spooky room do? Christ, music, calm down. Make it seem like something's actually happening. Which I'm almost certain it isn't. You're just trying to make me think it is. Ooh, that's nice to have. You know what I wish I could get? A goddamn save point. 'Cause I swear to God, if I have to go all the way back after this, I will be very upset. Seems like it thinks now I've got the damn flamethrower that I should... Where are you looking? Looking the wrong way. Now it thinks I've got the damn... Oopsie daisies, that looks dangerous. Boop 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 boop. Fair enough. Why do these guys seem really stupid all of a sudden?
What do you need to know today?
Why am I suddenly being attacked by... Why is the robot suddenly here? Go away, robot. Oh, he's over there. Oh, see you later, alligator. Don't forget your violent alien toilet paper.
I've set up an emergency shutdown at the terminal inside the server farm. You need to trigger it from there and get out. I'll keep your exit open till you're through, then shut the trap.
Will you? Thank you. Wow, he was so nice. He just went straight back up to that vent. Why do I feel like he's going to jump straight back down? Not alien. Yes! Oh, thank Christ for that. After all that, I finally got a save point. My goodness. My God. By Jove, am I glad to see a weird computer thing. Hasn't containment breach logged. This is a lot of people with snapped necks. That tells me a robot is about. I miss old Maintenance Jack. My good friend. Maintenance Jack. Oh, the alien's over there. Good to know. Of course. That's where I need to go. What are you? An identified species. Yep, go up into the vent. Good alien species. Very good alien species. Now you don't start any bullshit, you damn robot. Oh, bastard. Thank God it was that one. That is much quicker. Swear to everything that is holy. You kill me. Ow, 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 God damn. Come on, poison gas, be more obvious. Ouch. Christ almighty. Ah, you bastard. Okay. Alright, nice. Good job, babe.
Is my exit open, Ricardo? Wait a minute. Ricardo, is my exit clear?
Oh, you bastard. Don't you tell me you put me in a damn robot. Where the hell am I supposed to go? No one likes you, you bastard.
Ricardo, you got news for me?
Got news for me, Ricardo.
I don't have more time.
I am hanging out with a violent alien. Don't you tell me. Where is get out? Oh. Really? Like he means out. This alien has a really bad sense of smell. What if I'm just really clean, Uber? Have you ever thought of that? What if I am the opposite of a gamer? And I just have beautiful, clean smell. I wouldn't even say it's like a summer's breeze, like just not existing at all. Like a piece of metal in a spaceship. Maybe I have a really acrid smell and I just smell like burnt metal. The alien's just like, yep, that's just a normal smell of the burning shaven with all that duck walking. What do you mean? She's got spectacular quads. Noisemaker V2. Goddamn robot. If I die because of you, robot. You'd be sweating buckets. Yeah, well, have you ever looked at an alien? Bastard never has a sense of smell. There's no way an alien has a sense of smell. The dead elevator. Dooby 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 doo. Dooby 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 boo 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 doo boo. Well, that was really have a peak sense of smell. Yeah, I think they're supposed to, but maybe this alien's just a bit stupid. Maybe it spawned out of the person who had no sense of smell.
How did you open it back
Maybe it...
up? I had to suppress the alert. It was the only way to get Ripley out. You let it out? We had it locked down, and you let it out? Ripley, it's still on your tail.
Where should I go?
Take the elevator to Gemini Labs. If it follows, we can still trap it there.
Why do you keep trying to trap this thing?
Ripley, Ricardo, we can't let it escape again, no matter what.
You're telling me how to do that again? Take the elevator, exoplanet, Gemini Solutions. Of course. Wait, how did you suppress the alert? I did that physically. I physically closed those doors. How did you open the doors again? That seems like something you shouldn't be allowed to do from your computer. You know what? I'm not going to complain. This is a video game, first of all. There's no way they thought about it that much. Alright, let's get my flamethrower back out again. Most important thing I own. Where am I going? I'm curious to see what happens when I kind of sort of stand up and walk around. Let's enjoy for the view for a moment. Beautiful. Let's just drop the whole station into the gas giant. Don't you think we could do that? Hey, the station's already falling apart. You'd think it would already be dragged into the...
Get out of here. I'll shoot if I have to.
Alright, Jesus. Alright. Don't you dare shoot. That's gonna end badly for both of us. Don't you dare shoot, mate. You think there'd be escape pods everywhere? Well, they were decommissioning this station. So the idea is that maybe they... Maybe they were... Oh, they've got a cool gun. Hello, you.
You're freaking me out. Back off. It didn't have to end this way.
Nope, it didn't. And now it's gonna end real bad for you. See you later.
Damn.
I don't know where I'm going. See ya. Lost another game of hide and seek. Question is, I don't know where I'm going. I have no idea where I'm going. Alright. Keep it going. I'd like at least to get to wherever we're going here. To before the end of this stream. I'd like to get to where we're going before the end of this stream, at least. But since we need to get back to the hub, do I just need to go to the same elevator? If I piss the fellows off with the guns, do you think they'll cause the alien to attack them and I can just run to the elevator? Do I need to go up behind where that gun fellow is, maybe? You think the elevator's up there?
Look, I don't know you, so turn around now. You think I won't?
Side note, have you ever played the multiplayer games on Steam? No! No, I have not really played a multiplayer game on Steam. Well, I've played games with multiplayer capacity, certainly. Oh, you bastard. Ow. Doesn't count if I didn't die to the alien. So rude. I just smacked the ground aggressively accidentally because I touched my keyboard and mouse. Yes, no, I've not really played any multiplayer. There has been the suggestion to play them before by members of the stream, certainly. Yeah, death doesn't count. Well, the idea is it's hide-and-seek losses with the alien, because this whole game is one extremely long and violent game of hide-and-seek. So if it doesn't get me, it just really doesn't count. Oh, does it? As this hide-and-seek loss? You know, a gunshot to the head is not losing hide-and-seek. Getting my brains eaten out by a weird mouth inside a larger mouth, which is just hilarious. I think I couldn't. I would think I would laugh if I saw an alien open its mouth and a little tiny mouth came out. I'd probably laugh at it and then immediately die. Granted, I'd also immediately die because I'd be making snarky quips as the alien was nearby and die that way. I would say some sort of snarky quip to keep myself entertained and die. I'm thinking of hide and seek with the bullet. You make a good point. Bye-bye. All they had to do was not shoot me in the face. They could have lived. They could have.
Christ.
Don't you run over here, you idiot. Also, top getting eaten alive, probably top 10 ways to die. Top 10 of what?
Jesus.
Top 10 what ways to die? Top 10 greatest ways to die? At least with the alien, it seems pretty damn quick. Being slow and methodical is not really the alien's things. Ooh. Elevator. I've really got to really thank the corpses of those fellows when I get back next. Their trigger happiness is my benefit. Top 10 worst ways to die.
We need that whole facility powered up. There's a freight elevator you'll need to take, but ever since Seegson pulled funding from Gemini, it's been out of action.
Funny how an elevator as part of a larger crate can lose power because someone pulled funding. Who the hell is paying for power? Who the hell are you?
Everywhere is so empty.
Having fun there, lass?
You look like you've been through the mill.
Me? Oh, you lass? I wasn't aware that people were just hanging out, looking into the stars, looking into the genuine star that we're staring at. I wouldn't be too happy, mate. That never really ends well around me. This is very strange. I was not expecting a non-interactable NPC just to be hanging out.
Like you've been through the mill.
You were saying it was broken and hasn't been repaired. Fair enough.
Oh.
Strange. Nice and clean here, though.
Find the control terminal they left for the synthetic caretaker.
Same. Kind of took me out of it. It's so very sudden. Just this random, non-interactable NPC just hanging out, staring at a star. Why does she seem like a reference to something? Would the sun like fire at that range? I assume they have some sort of anti-radiation solution on the windows. Gemini, exoplanet solution. Oop. I really love a save point. I got one in the lobby, didn't I? I like how cool this place looks.
Seegson's been trying to sell that whole outfit for years, along with Sebastopol. No one ever bid, but it means security's still online.
Dang.
Okay, enough talk now, Waits.
Giant murderous alien, remember? You'd have about 99% of that sun. Blackout windows. Maybe that's what they do. Don't know. They could. Exoplanet solutions. I don't know what was so valuable they thought was valuable about this. Why do they need a bloody forklift? I wonder if the alien is forklift certified. You know. Make him cool as hell. Alright, murderous robots. Good to know they're still out and about. Ooh! The plasma torch I only have ever used once. To open one door, one time. Got an upgrade. I remember I was getting beaten to death the first time I used this thing. And I survived. Seems like an awful inefficient way to run a business. Dark as hell in here. He lays an egg at the forklift and hatches with forklift qualities. Perfect. The perfect organism. Forklift certified.
Limits to visitors, unless
Oi.
they're part of a Sebastopol sales tour.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, okay. I'm not running. I'm just walking briskly, to be entirely honest with you. This is really much more of a brisk walk.
You're starting to test my patience. Looking for you is wasting valuable company time. Follow me, please. Seegson politely request that you come back.
I politely request you. Whoa! Rude. Don't you dare phase me through a table, you bastard.
This area is...
Don't you phase me through a damn table, you cheeky sod. That is very rude. I'm talking about walks you with malicious intent. They're always so good. They're almost comedic, aren't they? When I find you, I could craft another med kit because I keep spending my time almost dying. Indeed I am, giant murderous robot. The game of life. Are you playing a game with me? I will do no such thing. I do love the zap, though. Oopsie daisies. So polite, I know. So polite, and yet so violent. Oh, he's seen the aliens, really.
What are you? Unidentified species.
A synthetic stay is never done. I don't know why you're saying that, mate. I don't know how much longer I'll be going for, though I do have work tomorrow, so I can't be up too late. It's only 9 PM here in Japan, but... Ever played this game, Uber, actually? Ever played this game? Yeah, just hop on the next one, you mean? No, I haven't. Oh, interesting. God damn it. Watched a few playthroughs though. Yes, I think I watched one playthrough very long time ago. Oh, it's the Xenos. He knows I'm here. Yep. Okay, that's a hide and seek loss. Ouchies. Bastard knew I was there. Don't know why he was acting like that. Anyway, let's go say hi to Jennifer, or who the hell this is. How you doing, Jen? You look like a Jennifer. Yeah, Jennifer and Emily. If your hair was slightly more blonde, I'd say Emily. But you're a bit of a Jennifer. Sucks to be you, by the way. Rough times. Dramatic. I know, right? Yes, I saw a very heavily edited playthrough, I believe, back in the day. But I bet I don't remember any of this. Very cheeky, I know, right? Phasing me through a table and eating my face off. How dare he? Give you the double take. Lesson learned, by the way. We could have all avoided that if that damn robot didn't murder us. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Let's turn this damn alarm system off. Perfect. Now at least that thing won't be setting us off. Alright, reload that violent torch. Why can't we use that on the alien? Can't be more powerful than a door. This alien comes up behind me and kills me while I'm doing this. I'd be very upset. So last time the alien was not, the fellow wasn't very happy with us. He's not here this time. What kind of bits can you craft with all that junk? All of that. A noisemaker, which are always handy if you're really struggling. Smoke bombs, flashbang, EMPs, Molotovs, pipe bombs, medkits, stumbatons, and revolvers. Molotovs are very expensive though, unfortunately. But they do scare the alien off, if you're lucky. If you're not, it doesn't do a damn thing. So they're really not. You may as well just sneak past the bastard. Yeah, so you can craft quite a bit. Probably could have crafted more. However, robot currently doesn't have red eyes. The robot appeared after you interacted with the thing. Yes, he's still in there. I think I must have set off the alarm somehow because I didn't turn off the alarm last time. I think what happened is when I was doing the door, somehow the camera saw me. Set off the alarm, which means the robot was actually aggro to me before, rather than just being sort of there. Because the robots are blind as hell. They're blind as a bat. Usually get around them quite easily. I have no idea where I'm going. Oh. Yes, yes, I know you're reliable, mate.
Where can I find the power breaker's waves?
I see one in the analysis labs. The other's in the decontamination room.
Why are they both there? The alien's here. Somewhere. Well, there are two robots. Hey, what's bloody aliens close? There is a robot right there. There are two robots, I think. Oh, a very robot. I need to escape. I need to escape, as one would say. Off you trot, robot. Thank you. Now, where does he go? You're a doll. So I guess I'm heading this way. Hop out in front. That's what I see over there, a save point. Let us be extremely careful. Come on, alien. You know you won't let me to get to that save point over there. Yes, yes, yes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hilarious place to save, and will be so funny for you. Ooh! Oh, I don't know why my model is hiding behind the Kotatsu, but that is what I felt like. That was a whoo. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Okay, reset myself. Ooh. I still look like I'm hiding behind it. That's good enough for me. That's hilarious. Come on. Oof. There you go, save point. I think this would be hilarious to leave for future Eric. Future Eric is going to have a great time with that save. That is going to be so funny. Oh my goodness, that'll be hilarious for him to deal with. It brings me joy thinking how I'm going to have to... I will swear and rue my past self with that save. Spectacular. The alien literally dropped down next to me. Luckily, they do stop you from being stuck in like an infinite death loop. This isn't Skyrim. Oh my goodness. Diabolical, I know, right? Right in a room with an alien. Future Eric deserves it. I know he's a bastard. I know he's planning to portray future Eric. And make his life annoying. So, just getting back at him early. Diabolical. There is certainly good tension in this game. What I think this game does well is that it doesn't necessarily, I wouldn't say I'm scared of the alien. Like, I'm not getting jump scared, or I'm not terribly afraid of the alien itself. What I am afraid of is losing progress. So it does give you that sort of tension, that fear of losing your progress. Your fear, you're like, oh god, I've gotten so far, and I do not want to die here because of this goddamn alien. You're tense. In the same way I used to play Dishonored, actually. Keeps your ass open. Certainly does. You're like you're eating a lemon, your mouth is all in a circle like you've eaten a lemon. Probably your ass is too. But yes, no, it keeps you that sort of tension through that sort of loss of progress. That's where it comes from. It reminds me of when I did a perfect playthrough once of Dishonored as a sort of a bet with my nephew. Because both of us were terribly impatient when it came to stealth games, so we rarely would play them fully stealth, but we both sort of like challenged each other to play through. I believe it was Dishonored 2, actually, as a completely stealth, low chaos playthrough. So, you know, no one sees you, and you do all of the non-violent solutions, which were all weirdly violent. You know, a non-violent solution to getting rid of an inventor by lobotomizing him. A non-violent solution of getting rid of this sort of diva of the ball of high society. This diva of high society. Yes. Give her to a strange rat man who will keep her locked up in a basement for the rest of her life. Seems like a great time. Non-violent though. Low chaos. Nobody dies. They just go missing and probably suffer terribly for many, many, many years until their eventual death. Yikes. But yes, point is, forever, indeed. But I did that, and I had the same sort of tense fear with their tongues cut out. It's a terrifying ending for that poor lady. I know she was sort of corrupt and morally bankrupt, but my god. Giving her to a weird stalker that's like, I love Lady Bellatou. Give her to me and you will never hear of her again. Frightening stuff. Weird stuff. Never go to a masquerade ball is what I've learned. If you're on a video game, just don't go to a masquerade ball. Killing us a mercy at that point. It's insane, this stuff you can do as the non-violent options in Dishonored. Insane. Literally, you lobotomize a person. That's what you do to one of them. You lobotomize him. That's insane. Very cool house, though. You lobotomize him, but then he's in a house full of all these very extremely complicated moving pieces of machinery. So you lobotomize him. He gets up, he walks over, he presses a button accidentally, and then gets closed in his own walls. He gets, like, squished between the wall paneling, changing out to the cool... very cool house, where, like, it's sort of this, like, weird stage where all the... like, it's like a moving, changing house, but... He gets lobotomized, he gets out of the chair, he presses a button, and the wall transforms into a death trap. Man lives in a death trap of a house. So I don't know how that was non-violent. You just made it an industrial accident. Instead of murder. You're abusing the infirm instead of murdering the very firm. Anyway, strange, and that's the sort of same tension this game gives me. It's a fear of, I don't want to get caught because that'll lose so much progress, you know? Granted, you could save a lot more in Dishonored, so as long as you didn't save yourself into a corner, you usually could do pretty well. And also, the enemies there were a lot more predictable. This goddamn alien. Hey, I did really well this stream. Last stream, we went from, like, 6 deaths to 20. And this stream, we only had, like, 4. So we're doing quite well, all things considered. Doing quite well, all things considered. But, anyway, I think I might have to end it there, because I do need to go for a shower, brush my teeth, and head to bed. But yes... Next stream will be next weekend. I don't think I've got a big plan for next weekend. It'll be it'll be start of February. Oh my goodness. Only a few more weeks now, lads. Literally 1 month exactly. We've got 1 month now, lads. The next Monster Hunter game. Monster Hunter Wilds. It's coming out. So hopefully I can set up the old Twitch streams before I get to that. I'm going to try and start multi-streaming to Twitch and YouTube, so hopefully I can get it set up before that, and also test it with a sort of powerful game to see if I'm going to be able to stream it, you know, at the same time. So if I can do... I don't know if my computer's powerful enough to do a dual stream and play Monster Hunter Wilds, so we'll have to test a sort of... I don't know how, if we have a game that's powerful enough to sort of push the computer that far. Sort of get a good analog of how it will work, but we'll have to try. Point is, we'll try and get that set up before Monster Hunter Wilds, so before the month is out. Try and get that set up. Maybe Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's pretty graphically intensive. I've got that. Maybe we can start that up and see if we can stream it at the same time as doing a dual stream. Fair. Hope it all goes well. Well, thank you. I hope it does too. Otherwise, I'll have to purchase Wilds on PlayStation 5 and just use the PlayStation. It'll make it easier, I suppose. I wouldn't have to worry about it, but then, when I want to play Monster Hunter Wilds with my nephews, I'd have to buy it again on the computer, and I don't really want to be spending so much money. Anyway, beside the point. I'll finish up there. I really need to go to the toilet too, so I'll do that afterwards. So, good job everyone. I don't know why I said good job. That's what I say at the end of my classes. Good job everyone, and I'll see you next time. Good job everyone. Good job with your English, and good job being an audience member. Very good job everyone. Thank you all for watching. And as always, good night. Sleep tight. And for the love of God, just don't approach it weird, suspicious alien eggs on a large alien spaceship. You know, if there's a magical alien dead, really, you've got to bloody... Don't touch the egg. I know they'd probably make great omelets. Really tasty omelets, but, mate... Do you really want one of a bloody weird STD that's in the egg? Do you? Do you really? I don't think you want it. So, don't eat the goddamn eggs. And good night.